What you are about to experience is out of this world. Politics, history, and of course, a lot of entertainment. It's time to rock it with the Docket.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Kyle Dockery with the Dockery Docket. We are here with another fantastic episode of the Dockery Docket. I'm excited to be here, and I hope that you are excited to be here as well. And if you are excited to be here as well, make sure to go down below, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, so then you never miss one of my videos. So, in this episode, we are going to be talking about more Trump's controversial picks for his cabinet. These people that Trump picked, I call the former Democrats. RFK Jr. is being considered for the role of Secretary of Health and Human Services. Now, this was an unorthodox pick because, well, RFK was a Democrat not too long ago, and he is also very big on environmental policies. He's not a normal guy a Republican would pick for this position. And it was also reported back in the day that Obama considered RFK Jr. for a job as the EPA administrator. In the report, it reads, the choice would please both Secretary Hillary Clinton and Senator Ed M. Kennedy. Now, however, the media and Democrats are attacking RFK Jr.'s nomination because, well, he supports Trump, of course. Along with that, RFK Jr. wants to go after Big Pharma and also make sure that vaccine providers are not immune if they cause harm to people that get their vaccines. Speaking of that, there are many critics claiming that RFK Jr. wants to get rid of all vaccines once he is in this new position, and this I don't believe is true. I think he wants to look at these different vaccines and make sure that they don't have any terrible chemicals in them that can hurt people, which I definitely don't think is a bad thing. And I will say right off the bat, I am a believer in vaccines. I will more than likely get my kids vaccinated, and I also don't believe that these different vaccines cause autism. I think that RFK Jr. was wrong in saying that in the past, but I do think that he has changed his tune a little bit on this and is more focused on looking at the chemicals in them and making sure that they are safe for everyone to use. And speaking of different chemicals, RFK Jr. wants to go in and look at different chemicals that are in our foods that are making us sick. Other countries have different foods that don't have as many chemicals as our foods, and they are the exact same product. As for example, RFK Jr. came out and talked about Fruit Loops, which seems silly, but it really shows just how unhealthy we are, as Canada's and the United States versions of Fruit Loops are almost the same, except Canada has natural coloring made from blueberries and carrots, while the US product contains red dye 40, yellow 5, blue 1, as well as BHT, a lab-made chemical that is used for freshness. Why do we have these different chemicals in our food, especially when they are aimed towards children? Could this be the reason why we have such a high obesity rate in children and in our general public? Are these different chemicals the reason why we have so many chronic diseases and cancer? This is what I believe that RFK will go in and look at. I don't think that he wants to get rid of vaccines, but instead make them better. And I think that he also wants to try and make our food better for us as well. And I think that he will be confirmed right away by the Senate, and he will do his job, and it will be amazing. We will make America healthy again. Tulsi Gabbard is being considered to run as the Director of National Intelligence. This is huge because just like RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard used to be a Democrat. During this campaign, she officially switched her party affiliation from Democratic to Republican. Tulsi has a very good resume. She is a lieutenant colonel, and she fought in the Iraq War as a part of the Army Civil Affairs and Psychological Operations Command and the Army Reserves. She was also a member of the House of Representatives from 2013 to 2021, and even ran for president under the Democratic ticket, where she absolutely destroyed Kamala Harris in one of the debates. This made one Hillary Clinton upset, who later came out and claimed that the Russians were grooming Tulsi Gabbard to be a third-party candidate to stop Joe Biden from winning the 2020 election, as Clinton said that Tulsi was the Russians' favorite candidate. Along with that, Clinton did not provide any proof of this being true, but they pointed to Allegations that Russian news and propaganda sites often report on Gabbard's campaign, and that moments in Gabbard's campaign have been reportedly amplified by trolls and bots on Twitter with ties to Russia. They also pointed to Gabbard's foreign policy views that align with Putin's allegedly. Tulsi Gabbard wrote, in response to this whole Hillary Clinton calling her a Russian spy crap, "Thank you at Hillary Clinton. You, the queen of warmongers, embodiment of corruption, and personification of the rot that has sickened the Democratic Party for so long, have finally come out from behind the curtain." She tweeted, "From the day I announced my candidacy, there has been a concerted campaign to destroy my reputation." She added, "We wondered who was behind it and why. Now we know. It was always you, through your proxies and powerful allies in the corporate media and war machine, afraid of the threat that I pose." So Tulsi Gabbard, just like RFK Jr., just like Pete Hegseth, and just like Matt Gaetz, have all been very good at defending themselves from these different crappy allegations that the left just continues to throw at them. And the problem is that if Hillary Clinton says it, then it must be true. As once it was confirmed that Trump was going to pick her for this role, "She is a Russian," started trending on X, with people claiming without evidence that Tulsi Gabbard is some crazy evil Russian asset, and now Russia will be in control of our intelligence agency. This is just ridiculous and stupid. It was also pushed by former Clinton co-chair of her campaign, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, as she said this about Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi Gabbard is someone who has met with war criminals, violated the Department of State's guidance, and secretly, clandestinely went to Syria and met with Assad, who gassed and attacked his own people with chemical weapons. She's considered to be essentially, by most assessments, a Russian asset, and would be the most dangerous.
Is that how you consider her? Is that what you consider her?
Oh, yes. There's no question.
Most assets, guys, most assets believe that she is just a terrible person. These people are absolutely annoying. I believe that Tulsi Gabbard is a national hero, and that all of these things are just a way for Democrats to ruin her credibility. I believe this because, well, she wasn't a Russian asset when she was a representative in Hawaii, and she also only became a Russian asset when she embarrassed Hillary Clinton on live TV, who was at that time the media's pick for the Democratic nomination until she fell flat on her face and dropped out. We see a lot of similarities between Tulsi Gabbard and RFK. Both of them were former Democrats who left the party this election cycle because they were sick and tired of the Democratic establishment. This led them to becoming the worst people in the world, even though 5 minutes ago they were on their side. I think Tulsi Gabbard's hearing will go very quick and she will be confirmed right away and she will start her job. Trump has definitely made some controversial and unorthodox picks for his cabinet, but the more that the media comes out and cries and complains about them, the more that I want them to be confirmed. The Democrats lost big in this election, and I believe that this is what they deserve. I believe that they deserve Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk to come in and start to recommend cuts to the government so then the government can be more efficient. They deserve everything that they are getting. But we know what Joe Biden did with his cabinet. He picked Pete Buttigieg because he liked trains. And when he got into office, he called roads racist. Biden picked Sam Brinton to lead the administration when it came to nuclear energy, and instead, he ended up in jail because he was stealing people's luggage and wearing their clothes, claiming that they gave him sexual gratification. He hired Rachel Levine to be in charge of the Secretary of Health, who claimed that gender-affirming care for minors was safe and medically necessary. So give me a break with all this crying and wailing and gnashing of teeth with Trump's picks when we know exactly exactly what Joe Biden was doing. Joe Biden's administration was full of DEI hires that didn't necessarily deserve the position, but got it anyway because Biden wanted to have the first gay this, the first black that, the first trans person to do this. For Trump, all of that doesn't matter. All that Donald Trump wants is loyalty, and apparently for Democrats, this is the worst thing that Trump can do. We don't need more bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. We need people that are going to clean up these different three-letter agencies and make them, well, great again. And I believe that Trump is picking the right people right now to get this fixed and to get the corruption out of our government. Let's just hope he can do that without pulling any teeth in these different confirmation hearings. And with that, I just want to thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Dockery Docket. And until next time, like my mom always says, be good, be kind, be loving, goodbye.